quiet out there.
Yeah, too quiet.
Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. And I gotta tell you, it was exactly like that last night. It was quiet. Now I use Duke Energy, I don't know use for power, but my energy rates went up and it is crippling. I am having some tough times. I have been trying to figure this out. Now I had much lower energy rates just last year and they have gone up significantly. And I've been trying to figure my problem out with my miners and the 3-hour period every day that I have to deal with, or at least through Monday through Friday. So let's hop over and I will give you a look-see of what I am dealing with over here. Let me just bring that page back up. All right, there you go. So this is me right here. So 40.7 cents, 22.3 cents, 9.8 cents, and about 7 cents per kilowatt hour. I have 4 different energy brackets that might go through any one part of a day. So let me hop over and show you where this all breaks down and why I chose this plan instead of going with the 12.5 baseline plan that you can get. Now that 12.5 cents per kilowatt hour is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter, rain or shine, that's your rate. Excuse me, I had some pizza. But I wanted to try to find a cheaper rate, and I did last year when I started doing this. So it's changed now this year. It has gone up quite a bit. Here it is from last year, 35, 17, 7.7, and 6.5. And it went from the 35 to almost 41, 16.8 to 22, 7.7 to 9.7, and 6.5 to 7. So that only went up just a little bit on that one. But nonetheless, it has jumped up. So what am I talking about and why I had to shut down my miners yesterday? Well, that happens 20 times per year. And they do that for a critical peak energy usage. It's just one of their ways to, I guess, for a money grab. So my day breaks down into 3 parts. I have the green down here, we'll start here, discount energy. The yellow is the off-peak, and the pink is the on-peak. So this is what I deal with. This column here is from Monday to Friday, and this column here is for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, I don't have to worry about the on-peak hours. They're eliminated, so I get a really nice electricity rate on the weekends. During the weekdays, though, if I include these, I get about 10.8 cents. Almost 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Really just unacceptable. I used to get like 8.3 cents or something like that before, and now I'm almost at 11 cents. So it's gone up quite a bit from what I used to get. So here I am trying to get blood from a stone, and I'm having a tough time. So what I had to do yesterday was shut down completely because 20 times a year, critical peak energy goes into effect, which means that these 3 hours right here change from the pink to the blue just for these hours. And for those 3 hours, I get charged a tremendous amount of money, almost 41 cents per kilowatt hour. Sick. So I have to shut down during those times. That's 20 times a year for 3 hours just during this period. Otherwise, I really don't worry about that. But last night was one of those times, and damn, did I shut down. And it was quiet. I had the ASICs down, all the miners down, even the CPU miner, which I usually leave on all the time, come hell or high water. I mean, I'll be honest with you, even the cell phone mining farm, I unplugged the power cord to the power station, to the docking station, just so they were running on their own batteries because I didn't even want them pulling any power from the wall. It is crazy. It is so expensive. So I'm trying to figure a way to get more things on a timer so they'll shut down and turn back on, turn off, turn on when I want them to, especially during these 3 hours during the weekdays. So I started messing around in Hive. And when I was in Hive, if you go to the main screen and you go here, you can go onto schedules. So what I did was I made 3 schedules, and I've been fooling around with these. This one down here has both cards on them, the 3060 and the 3060 Ti. And what it does is that it shuts down the miner at 5:59 and 35 seconds right here. It shuts both miners down. Well, it actually puts them dormant. So they just stop mining during that time. It just doesn't shut them off completely. And then you can see here that at 9, here it is here, the 3060 Ti rig, at 9:01, I want to make sure I cleared that 9 o'clock range because it's from 6 until 9 p.m. I have to clear that. So at 9:01, it'll restart the 3060 Ti rig and turn it back on. And also at 9:02, it turns on the 3060 rig. It just restarts it. So it comes back on also. The reason it just restarts it is because the miner was dormant. So it wasn't totally turned off. It was just, it was dormant. It was just stopped mining. So it just reboots and then it starts mining again. So I did it with 1 minute apart just to stagger it. So it wasn't just both miners hitting the wall all at once. Does it matter? Probably not, but what's 1 minute? So that's what I had. The only problem I found with this though is that, and let me pull my screenshots. Where are we on? There we are. Over here. Here's the problem, is that when the 3060 rig is in its dormant stage, it's using 204 watts. And when my 3060 Ti rig is in its dormant stage, it uses 360 watts, and this uses 204 watts. So that's 565 watts. Now again, I know these numbers are not always perfect from Hive OS. You have to look at the wall, but let's just for ballpark numbers, we'll use this. So about 565 watts. Now, when I look at that, and I actually look at Hive, 565 watts, when this thing is running, it's pulling, again, this is not that accurate, but it's pulling 930. And then the other 3060 rig is pulling 555. And what did we say that was? 560 or something like that? 550? Was that exactly what it was? That's funny if it was exactly that number. Is that right? 360? 564. That's funny. So 564, I could actually just turn off the 3060 Ti rig and it would be like this rig just being turned on, because that's how much power it's still using. So obviously not enough being shut down. So I'm not sure how to get this to be turned off and then turned on automatically at that time. I haven't done the schedule on here for, where's my schedule? And let's go to the edit. So right here I have the miner stopping. There really isn't much else. I guess I could do a shutdown, but if I shut down, I don't think that I can do a reboot later on and have it start the miner. I don't think that once it's shut down, you can have it turn back on. I don't think you can actually have it turn on. That's why I have it going into its dormant stage. So that kind of doesn't work for me. I'm still using too much power. I thought that was going to be the big savior for me, and I was really excited about that. But the amount of power I'm still burning just isn't worth it. So it's still turning into a bit of a problem. I know I've talked about it in other videos, getting one of those commercial timers for larger powered things like the lights at the Little League fields or something like that. They're on those timers, or a pump for a water pump for a pool or something. They have those timers, Anyway, I can get one of those, but how to hook that up and get that all set up over here, I am not an electrician, and I need to get in touch with my electrician friend and see if he can put something together for me, because this has got to get shut down if I want to enjoy those electricity rates at about 8 cents, because if I can drop that, I go down to 8 cents. So yeah, also, I get it. I am not going to be mining for those 3 hours, 5 days a week, so I am losing out on profitability. I understand that. But to get 8 cents per kilowatt hour for the rest of the time, and we're talking about what, 3 hours, you're looking at 15 hours in the entire week. That's ballpark about a half a day. So out of 7 days, you're mining for 6.5 days if you want to get a 8 cents electricity rate. And I think that's worth it. 8 cents is worth the journey to figure it out. So anyway, I'm still working on it. I know that some motherboards in the BIOS have options and ways to turn it off and turn it on, and I am going to look into that. I do have two different motherboards, so I have to look them both up and see if either of them have that option. If one of them does, that would be awesome. But unfortunately, it's I hope they both do, because the way that I'm running it now is just not working. So anyway, man, I don't know if you use Duke Energy, but Duke Energy really socked it to me this time. It really it put a hit to the pocket. So I need to figure this out, and I am going to figure it out because I am going to continue to mine. I need to hook one of these up with the grow tent, and I definitely need to hook one up out in Crazy Town to get all of them to shut down and turn back on also. I think it'll be easier out there for them, but having something rigged up in here for this, I'm not sure yet. So anyway, there you go. Comments down below if you're dealing with anything like this. I know it sounds crazy. It really isn't that crazy once you're living it. It really is pretty simple. I typically don't worry about those 3 hours a day just in life in general. It's just when I have all of my miners going, it definitely, you're conscious about those 3 hours because you know how expensive it is during those 3 hours to mine. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, comments down below if you're dealing with it, or if you have any solutions of your own or something that you figured out or worked on. I'd love to hear about it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, button's right over there. If you want to watch any of my other videos, I'll have one right up over there. I appreciate y'all checking in. I'll see you next time.